Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Oh my goodness. We have been rattling around behind the scenes, trying to get the technology for this set up. Of course, as inevitably happens, there is a little glitches that go on behind the scenes that make it a little bit tricky for us. So I've got my husband's computer set up, I've got my computer set up, I've got my phone here, I've got backup internet. I think we're good to go, beautiful women. I think we're good to go. So I am using StreamYard to do this live streaming into our beautiful Facebook group and on YouTube. If you would like me to see your name, good morning. Somebody said good morning. I actually need you to give StreamYard permission to see your details. It's a privacy thing. So that's to protect you. If you're happy to give StreamYard permission to see your name, please do that. I think Gia's going to pop a little comment in the comments section. Every day this week, tech glitches. Okay, awesome. I can't see who's leaving the comments unless you give permission. So if you're happy to do that, do. There's no pressure, whatever suits you. Regardless, it is lovely. Once I come off StreamYard and go back into Facebook, I'll be able to see who's left comments. So as you come in, please, I would love you to say good morning. This is social media, and I think there is a great temptation with social media to sit back and just watch. But inside this beautiful, safe group, trust me, in this Facebook group, nobody can see it. Only the members of this group. Good morning, Sherry. It is beautiful. Oh, Liz. Mwah, mwah. Good morning, darling. It is only the women in this group that are seeing this. So it is a safe space. Please feel free to comment, share, and engage as much as possible. The more you engage with me, the more energy it gives me and the better my presentation will be. It's lovely to have this interaction. Good morning, Leslie. It's lovely to have you here. Good morning. Good morning. I have my beautiful assistant, Gia, is in the comment section. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to pop them in there. If they're for me, she can grab them and I'll make sure I see them in due course as we go through. If you've got tech issues, please don't hesitate to ask questions there. For those of you who are paid members of this group that have paid the $11 to get the workbooks and access to the Vision Builders Inner Circle for the next 3 months, if you've got tech issues, Gia is your girl. So she is here to support you every step of the way. So as you come in, I would love to know who is new to my world, who has never done a vision board with me before or worked with me before. I know there are people in here that certainly have, but I think we've got a lot of new people coming in as well, which is super exciting. I've been running vision board workshops for 6, possibly 7 years now. I used to do them in person with women and with teenage girls. I have such a soft spot for teenage girls. I think every time I work with teenage girls, I want to imagine that I had me in my life when I was a teenager, because anyway, that's another whole story. But our beautiful teenage girls need so much love and care and attention. So I used to do them in person and with women as well. And then everything in my business kind of moved online, and I've been able to connect with women right across this beautiful planet of ours, which is such an extraordinary thing. Look at the world we're living in. Oh my goodness, it is amazing. It is amazing. So if you're new to my world, please let me know. If you haven't done a vision board workshop, let me know in the comments. And if you have, let us know how many you've done with me, because I know there's women who have come back for 3, 4, even a 5th year in a row. And it is super, super exciting. So this is Enliven 2.0. Why is it 2.0? Because as I evolve, this workshop evolves, and I have been doing intensive work behind the scenes over the last few months just learning more. My vision board is very different this year to anything I have done before, and it is so good. It is so amazing. And I want to just reiterate that the vision board workshops that I've done till now have been the very traditional type, and I have manifested, brought to life the most extraordinary visions over the years. So it is not that they don't work, but there is always a next level. There is always a next way to do it. So it has evolved. This year, for the first time, I have done a digital vision board, and then I took it into Officeworks, which is our local printers here in Australia, and got it printed out, and it was like $25, so about as much or less as you would normally spend on magazines anyway. So you will have the opportunity to choose. Please know, as we go through this work, there is no right and wrong. There is just what is right for you. Go with your gut. But there is also that line between doing what you've always done and being a little bit worried about doing something different, and stretching into a new possibility, being open to doing something that perhaps you were resistant to doing before. And there's going to be a lot of that over the next 11 days, me stretching you into new possibilities. As we go on this adventure called life, from the minute we are born, you are collecting information about who you are, what is possible for you, how other people perceive you. We take on all these messaging, and the messages become like a cloak that we wear. I'm too loud, I'm too quiet, I'm good, I'm smart, I'm stupid, I'm good at sport, I'm no good at sport, I'm great at music, I'm no good at music, I'm good at making friends, I'm hopeless at making friends, I'm lovable and worthy, I am unlovable, why would anyone want me around, I don't belong anywhere, I have to try so hard to fit in. They're all messages that we have taken on, and it starts with our parents and or our carers, the people who are raising us. It starts with oh, she's so sweet, or she's so pretty, or she's so quiet, or goodness, isn't she noisy, or isn't she rough, or isn't she, whatever those messages are. And then we get into primary school and we collect messages from the children that become our peers, and then from the teachers, and then we get into high school. By the time we launch ourselves into being a woman, into adulthood, we have collected all these messages, all these ideas about who we are, what we believe we are capable of. And so often there is a lid that is closed on your potential. It is an absolute travesty that we can get through school and take on this cloak, this idea about who we are, and then carry that forward as our accepted potential for the next 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 years, and so on. Inside this workshop, you get to start peeling back some of those strongly held belief systems about what is possible for you and what this next chapter of your life really gets to look like. So what I want to do is, I'm just checking that there's nothing from Gia. I'm assuming that the sound is good, everybody can hear me well, and the video quality is all good. And if not, please don't hesitate to let me know. So before we dive in any further, I just want to do a little bit of housekeeping and make sure that everybody is set up with everything that they need. So there is the free version of this workshop, and there is the paid version. For the free version, you have absolute access to this entire masterclass for the full 11 days. I'll leave it in for 12 days so that you've got an extra 24 hours to watch the last day if you can't make it live. And I will be in the Facebook group answering questions and supporting you every step of the way. However, at the end of the 12 days, the lives will be taken out of here and they get uploaded into my Vision Builders Inner Circle. Now, if you want extended access, if you can't be here live, if you don't like being on social media, if you want to come back to the trainings and take a little bit more time digesting everything that I share, then it is an $11 investment. I have chosen the number 1 because it's fresh beginnings. So this masterclass is happening on the 11th of February at 11:11 a.m. every morning for 11 days. And if you want access to the 3 beautifully designed workbooks that support this whole masterclass, 3 months access, and there's a few other bonuses that are thrown in there as well, it is just $11. So they're the 2 options for how you can experience this Enliven 2.0 Vision Board Masterclass. Any questions, let me know. Day 7 is the day that we're going to be creating your actual vision board. What do you need? So there, if you want to do a traditional vision board with cutting out pictures and so on from magazines, there is a supplies checklist that I will pop in the Facebook group, get Gia to do that. And then there is also, that will be inside the Vision Builders Inner Circle with everything that you need. And that includes, you know, the poster board, the magazines, my suggestions of beautiful magazines that I've been using for years and so on. The other way to do it is using Canva. Now, Canva, you can just use the free version of Canva. And on day 7, I will be stepping you through the most impactful, amazing way to do that. And then you just need to find where you're going to get it printed out. In Australia, as I said, I got mine done in Officeworks for just $25. So it's not expensive by any means. And then you've got this beautiful vision board. So that's what you need. Any questions? Let me know. The other thing that I wanted to say about this, you know, there is the free version, the paid version, regardless of what you choose. I want to encourage you to treat this masterclass as if you have paid thousands of dollars to do it. I don't say this lightly. I have been doing this work for many years, and I know that this work is worth thousands of dollars. If you go to an architect and say, I want to build my dream home, inside your mind, you've got a picture of whether that's a castle on a hill or a log cabin in the woods or a 2-story brick house in suburbia. You've got a picture of roughly how many bedrooms, how many bathrooms, how many living rooms, do you want a veranda? Is it, you know, like you've got these vague ideas swirling around in your head. That is information you have collected on your journey through life, through observation of what you want and what you don't want. But if you just put that on a piece of paper without the support of an architect to say, well, we need to, you know, do this, or have you thought of that, or this is possible, there is so much that will be missing from that design. Is that a fair point? I'd love you to be interacting in the comments if you would. Oh, there's all these comments. It's not going through. Hello. Hey, Kim. Oh, it's lovely to see you. So you wouldn't just dump that on a piece of paper. You would go to an architect to get all these different pieces. So what I want you to do is to embrace the idea that I am here to support you as the architect in designing a blueprint for your dream life. That is what this is. Many people have done vision boards, and there are lots of different ways to do vision boards. You can go to YouTube and you can go, right, I want a new house and I want a Lexus and I want to go on a holiday to Fiji. And so I'm going to cut out pictures and stick that on a board, put it up on my board and take a deep breath, put it out into the universe, and I know it'll come true because somebody said it would. It works for some. It's not how I do it. That's an option. It's not how I do it. That is not what you are going to get inside this masterclass. This masterclass is something uniquely different. I have spent thousands of dollars, thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars with learning the process of what I teach, flying to the States and doing leadership. So I understand how our brains operate and how to really step up and become the leader in your life. So there are lots of different aspects. Yes, there's a woo-woo element for those of you that are not particularly connected to intuition, to meditation, to manifestation, to connection to spirit, the universe, understanding that it is you are not alone on this journey. You are connected to a higher force. There is no question about this. What that higher force is for you to decide. No one else gets to tell you. If that's God, if that's Mother Nature, if that's the universe, if that's the divine, that is for you to discover. And of course, that plays into what we are going to be creating and connecting with in here. So I'm going to get distracted by the comments. I want to talk to everybody. I will come back to them, I promise. So that is that piece. Let me go back to my checklist. I don't want to miss any of the housekeeping bits. I want to find, if somebody's got a better word than housekeeping, tell me, because I want to find a better word than that. So what I want to encourage you to do in this workshop, as I said, treat it as if you have spent thousands of dollars to be here. Don't allow a day to pass when you don't connect here live. Live is optimal. Connect here live, or make a commitment to yourself to catch the recording if you can't be here live every day. It's 11 days in your life. Be all in. This is an opportunity for you to create a blueprint for your dream future. This is the most important, extraordinary work. It is so easy to get caught in head down, bum up mode, to simply plow through your life, getting through your checklist, getting through your to-do list, getting into bed, getting up the next day. You've got this, right, I need to meditate, and then I need to exercise, and then I need to have water, and then I need to eat a green salad, and then I need to get the kids off to school, and then you are in worker mode. It's all good. It's all beautiful. But alongside worker mode, and do not be mistaken, my beautiful friends, worker mode is masculine. And in being mothers, we are in masculine. When you are doing, when you are giving, when you are organizing, when you are making things happen, and we are masterful at this, you are in your masculine. Awesome. You need it. Nothing would get done if you didn't have that. But you equally need to prioritize your feminine, tuning into your intuition, your being over your doing, focusing on who you are being, who you want to become. Yes, worker mode. We have been very well conditioned to be in worker mode from the minute we get up to the minute we fall into bed. And then we collapse in exhaustion. You may or may not be sleeping, and you get up and you're in worker mode again. So part of, people will have this desire for balance in their lives. What is balance? And, you can turn to one phenomenally amazing coach who will tell you ignore the idea of balance. Balance doesn't exist. Then you can turn to another phenomenally impactful, successful coach who will go, you need to find balance. You will always find evidence for what you're looking for. That's something I talk about a lot. Here's my take on it. I think that balance is absolutely achievable in this concept. You need to find a way to be in worker mode and to get things done. You also get to find a way to be in feminine mode where you are luxuriating in what you have created, where you take time to trust yourself again, tuning back into your intuition, that beautiful, wise voice inside you that you know is wiser than the one in your head. Masculine, feminine, but there's a third, and she's the visionary. She's the one that you hear when you're in the shower, when there's nothing else going on. And it's like, why do all the best ideas come to me in the shower? She's the one that you can hear and you tune into when you go on holiday. It's like, why can't life always be this simple? Notice how you always want to move to wherever you go on holiday to. I can't tell you how many times I've wanted to move to Queensland after a holiday in Queensland. Then I want to move to Japan after a holiday in Japan. And, you know, the list is long. It's because you have taken yourself out of your life, your day-to-day existence. Have it all, not just all at once. Yeah. So you've got to take yourself out of your life and be the visionary. Be the big picture person that takes stock. It's like having a company full of workers, and then there's the CEO or the boss that's looking at the big picture. They're not the person that needs to micromanage and make things happen. They're not the person that's lying in the bath, you know, just relaxing and doing nothing. Feminine and masculine. The visionary is the voice, the person, the part of you that gets to step out of your life and look at the big picture. So this is the visionary. And inside doing this vision building work, you are in visionary mode. You are resourceful. You are tapping into untapped potential. You are seeing the big picture. You are in the belief system that anything is possible. What do I want? Not how. Who do I want to be? What do I want to have? What do I want to do? The what. The how is the worker's job. This is how we're going to make it happen. Yeah. If I want to feel $1 million in my body, I know that I need, from a visionary point, this is what I want to look like. This is what I want to feel like. That's the vision. Then the work is like, get out of bed and go for a walk. Get out of bed, go for a swim. Get some exercise in. The work is like, let me do the shopping and make sure I've got lots of fresh food in the house and don't have any junk food to pull you off course. Yeah, that's the worker. You need her. You need all of these. One is not more important than the other. And then so you've got to be in that visionary place. You want to be the healthiest, happiest version of yourself. You can't just be in worker mode. You need your feminine. You need to make time to meditate, to turn in to that beautiful intuition. You need time to luxuriate in your life, to look at the beauty, to feel the gratitude for everything that you already have. Yeah. The distinction between the visionary and the worker, absolutely. And then, of course, you've got your luxuriator or your feminine energy as well. So that's the third piece. So just to reiterate, inside this masterclass for the next 11 days, I want you to be in what mode, not how. You don't need to worry about the how. You have this fabulous piece of your brain. There's the art and the science to doing this work. This fabulous piece of your brain called the reticular activating system. Now, RAS, the reticular activating system, once you go, do you know, here's something that happened to me. I used to drive, I've got 4 children. I used to drive around in this great big people mover, and it had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 seats in it. And I used to drive around in this. And when we lived out in the country, and when we moved into town and my kids got older, and I was like, I don't need this great big people mover. I'm not carting around their friends as much. I need a car. I think I want one with little dicky seats. So, you know, probably 7 seats would be good, but I don't need a great big car. That's what I wanted. Now, I knew that Volvo did them, but I wasn't sure. Suddenly, I told my brain what I wanted, and then suddenly I started seeing them. Anybody had this experience? It's like, and then I found this Peugeot, and it has these little, this dicky seat in the back that you can take in and out. And I had never even noticed Peugeots. I don't think I even really knew what a Peugeot was. I was like, wow, okay, is that going to be a good car to buy? Because if it's only that car, then maybe it's going to be really hard to get parts for it. And I went and drove one, and I was like, yeah, I like it. But I was worried. From then on, every second car I saw on the road was a Peugeot. There are thousands of them, but I hadn't noticed it until that moment. You have a Sprinter van that hauls 9. Yeah, that's right. Parking, my friend, becomes a dream. Oh my gosh, once you get out of that big people mover. But your brain has so much information coming in all the time that if you didn't have these filtering systems, your RAS filtering the information that's coming in, your brain would explode. You would just be in total overwhelm. So you have told your brain, your reticular activating system, what you want it to look for, and it filters out the other stuff. Now, there's a flip side to this. I might be going off course a bit, but I think this is going to serve you in doing this work. You can tell your reticular activating system that you want to look for every reason why you can't. You want to look for every reason why you're not good enough. You want to look for every reason why you're too fat. Nobody likes you. You know, Brene Brown has that fabulous quote, stop walking through the world looking for reasons why you don't belong, because you will always find them. So if you will find evidence for whatever you focus on, I promise, I hope you will start to play with this. It is absolutely life-changing to understand this. If you want to, and I fell into this hole, I've talked about this a few times, a couple of years ago, I fell into a hole in COVID because I started looking for every reason I had to be scared. Everything around me was like fear, fear, fear. I haven't watched the news for years. It was a mental health choice that I made many, many years ago. And then all of a sudden I was looking at statistics and how many people had died and why, you know, oh my gosh, all these things to be scared about. And then I got caught, you know, that doom scrolling. Anybody else get caught in doom scrolling on social media? You start to look for evidence of why you should be fearful, should be scared, should be afraid, should be hiding, should be, you know, whatever. You will find it. But if you turn it off and you look for all the reasons why life is absolutely extraordinary, and there is so much love and so much beauty and so many beautiful people that are dying to know you and connect with you. If you look for that, you will find it, and it's no harder. It is just a matter of managing your mind. Okay. So in doing this vision building work, this is all part of what you get to decide what you are going to, yes, doom scrolling, what you are going to focus on. So my invitation to you is to focus on what's possible, what's beautiful, what is going to make your life, your dream life, truly extraordinary. What? The how comes later. Okay. All right. So my intention for you. So I encourage everybody to set your intention to be all in this masterclass, to have both feet in, not one foot in and one foot out, and maybe I will and maybe I won't. It is worth thinking about this statement. And for the clients that have been working with me for years, you'll know I've got a lot of bumper stickers that I use, but what I want is for these bumper stickers to get entrenched in your mind so that you hear them. There are things in your life come up and they're triggered. And here's one that I learned in leadership that I'd love you to take on. How you do something is how you do everything. So if you walk through life with one foot in and one foot out, it is likely that you will treat this masterclass the same way. Maybe I'll learn something, maybe I won't. Maybe I'll get something out of this, maybe I won't. Maybe I'll half do this, but I'm looking at this as well. What you will get out of it is a little bit of this and a little bit of that and nothing very fabulous. If you decide in this moment to set the intention to be all in, to be committed to creating this incredibly powerful vision for your dream future, this class will be the best investment of your time that you've spent ever. Maybe. That's a bold claim, but try it on. What if you approached this as if it is the most extraordinary, unbelievably valuable investment of your time? That's my encouragement to you. So what is my intention for you? My intention for you is, I like giving you formulas. I think, words can become a little bit airy-fairy. But, the reason that I've called this Facebook group is for women who want to design and live a life they love. I want to help you design a blueprint for a life you love living. Now, if you think about a beautiful life, it's easy to get caught in ideas that aren't tangible, that aren't concrete. So my formula for you to check in with yourself, to know if you are on track to living a life you love, is simple three questions. For those of you with the workbook, for today, I suggest you find a place to write this down. And in writing it down, it is going to really be something that you can check back in on. If you're just using pen and paper, please write this down. It is a question that you can ask yourself at the end of every day, at the end of every week, the end of every month, the end of every year, and it can be your formula for celebrating yourself, or for looking at, without fault, blame, guilt, shame, just with curiosity, what do I need to change so that I can answer this with an absolute yes? And these are the three questions. Do I love who I am? Do I love what I do? And do I love how I do it? Now, you can tweak love for pride, because I think that can, depending on how your brain thinks and works and has been wired, that can work even more powerfully for some people. Am I proud of who I am? Am I proud of what I do? And am I proud of how I do it? Now, this can be applied to every area of your life. Do you love who you are? Are you proud of who you are when you interact with the person who serves you in the supermarket? Do you love how you go about that process? Do you love what you do? How you connect with people? Yeah. You can apply it to walking into the kitchen to make dinner at night. You can apply it to how you make love with your husband or partner. You can apply it to how you show up in your work, in your job, for your kids. Am I proud of who I am? Am I proud of what I do? And am I proud of how I do it? It's a very powerful formula and check-in. Okay. The last thing in the homework that I want to just really reiterate is that I want you to know that those of you that have registered, that's not going to, is that? No. Everybody's names are written down. I value every person. At the moment, there are only 18 people on live. And I think that it's interesting how many things that we sign up for, and then 5 seconds after we've signed up, we kind of forget how we've signed up. And this is a little bit of this 1 foot in and 1 foot out. But I value every single one of you. I am here to ensure that you feel seen, heard, and valued. You are not just a number in my community. I am incredibly grateful to you for being here. I honor you for investing this time. I thank you for putting your trust in me. And I am here to support you every step of the way. Now, my encouragement to you is that you treat everybody in this community with love, with respect, with compassion, with generosity. If you see somebody type something, comment, connect, be generous. Yeah. It will make your experience so much richer. And together, we get to create this beautiful web of women who are all supporting each other to live the most extraordinary lives. Okay. So today, the work part of this is if you've got your workbooks, the first thing that I want you to focus on, if you've got just a piece of paper, make sure you've got something to write on, pen and paper handy. There's two things that I'm going to walk you through. And what I want you to do is to treat this like a brain dump. Trust whatever is coming up gets to get written down. Okay. So the first step that I want you to do is think about where you are in your life right now. Proud does have a different feeling, Kim, absolutely. Where are you in your life right now? So this is without judgment. Don't make yourself wrong. Don't make this something that's, becomes a reason to beat yourself up. This comes from an energy of curiosity. Now, throughout this workshop, you'll hear me refer to 4 pillars. There's 4 pillars that I use that help you unlock all the different parts of your life and different parts of your brain. Now, those 4 pillars are health. Health is physical and mental health. So I want you to start dumping down on your piece of paper. Where are you right now with your health, your physical and mental health? One of my beautiful clients in a testimonial wrote, and this was actually a few years ago. Justine, if you're with us, I'll never forget your testimonial because it was just so magical. Justine is a psychologist that I worked with for a year, maybe 6 years ago. But in the testimonial that she wrote, we had worked together for a year, was that working with Edwina was like having a loving spotlight held on your life, a non-judgmental, loving spotlight. So allow that energy to come through for you now. This is a loving spotlight. No judgment, no right, no wrong. It is just yeah, absolutely, Sandra. There is no right or wrong. Absolutely emotional. So mental health can be things like anxiety, worry, that hamster wheel brain, however you describe that, depression. I think a word that I hear so often is stuck. The number of women I've worked with who are like, I don't even know what I want. It's very, very common because we've been so busy in worker mode, making sure everybody else's lives are sorted, that we lose track of our own, what we actually just want for us. Monkey mind, absolutely. Monkey mind, that's perfect. So physical health can be things like your weight, your energy levels, and if you want to, this may come out in words, it may come out in a scale of 1 to 10, whatever works for you, no right or wrong. The reason that you want to do this work is because you can come back to it. There is no way for you to know how far you've come unless you've got something to reflect back on. It is so easy to be in worker mode and you stick your head up. For those of you that have been mothers or are mothers, it's like, I have not taken a breath or stopped all day and I don't even know what I've done. It's like, I can't even remember. You go on autopilot. That's another mental way of being. You're so thoroughly in the future thinking of everything that happens and everything that you've got to do and everything that hasn't been done yet, that you've failed to even notice what you're doing right now. I can share with you the most alarming story. I was so embarrassed. I had my first 3 children in 3.5 years. And I can remember, and then my 4th child came along a couple of years later, but I can remember I had a child on my hip for so long, either breastfeeding, child on hip, or, like attached all the time. And I can remember picking my eldest son up at, I think it was what we called like stepping stones or pre-kinder. And I had my youngest daughter, Hermione, on my hip. And I turned to the woman next to me and I was gathering, nappy bags and the food and all this stuff. And I turned and I said, has anyone seen Hermione? And I was holding her. Oh my gosh. Talk about not being present to the current moment. That was a moment. Anyway, ask him. Yeah. This is so true. No longer in worker mode. Now what? Redefining what life will look like. Absolutely. So that's the next phase. And I think, I've talked about this a lot over the last week or so with my emails and so on. We have all these massive goals that we achieve. We graduate from school, graduate from higher education, get our license, buy a car, buy a house, have children, raise children, get married, getting engaged, get married, like tick, 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 tick. And then you get to the later stage, you get to empty nest stage. And it's like, now what? What's next? Yeah. So that's, if you're in that phase, and this workshop is absolutely the perfect place to be. So health, brain dump, physical and mental. The next area is wealth and abundance. Where are you right now in your life? Constantly stuck in, I don't have enough money, financially amazing, been thinking that I need to learn about investing and making myself feel more financially intelligent for years, but I'm too scared to look at it, and so haven't done it. No idea. My husband manages all that side of things. Zero judgment. Remember, this is just for you. It is just information for good reason, and the good reason will come in a minute. Where are you with wealth? Where are you with your perception of money? Please ask me what I did today. I don't know, but the day disappeared. Yeah. Have the house in the country. Lucky you, Kim. My country home is, yes, I've moved from the country into suburbia, and my next step is back out into the country. I am a country girl, definitely. The third category, we've done health, we've done wealth. Remember, we're just dumping. This is that loving spotlight. Where are you right now in your life? Health, physical and mental, wealth and abundance, time. Where do you catch yourself going, I wish I had more time to, or I haven't got time to, or when time permits, I will. Brain dump. No right or wrong. Don't overthink it. Just what comes up, write it down. Let it come up and then get it on paper. Time. Your most valuable asset. I would love to have more time to. Time flies by. Now, that would be an interesting one to do. And this is the power of women working together. That is an awesome thing to ask yourself. What am I doing when time flies by? So, a way that we talk about this is being in flow. Interesting. Or I spend too much time. Another one. Awesome. Liz, what do I do when I waste so much time? I would love to know who's not going to write social media next to that. I think that one is something that we all get to find ways to manage. And the fourth one, remember, you can come back to this. You've got all day to just let it come up and write it down. If as things come up, you just, I want more time not at work. Absolutely. What's worthy of my time? If it's not, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Health, physical and mental, wealth, time, and love. So love is love for self. How do I describe love for self? It's personal responsibility. You are the most important person in your life. Now, there's all sorts of ways that people react to that statement. And that's that's sort of a more in-depth coaching that happens around that. But once again, the beautiful Brene Brown, oh my goodness, she's a fount of amazing information and knowledge and inspiration. But in all her research, she came up with the evidence that you cannot love anybody else more than you love yourself. Surely that's a good reason to focus on self-love. Love for self, love for others. So when you think about the people in your life, significant people in your life, partner, children, parents, siblings, extended family, friends, work colleagues, where do you want your love for them to be? Now, I want to extend this right out across the world. In becoming the woman that you want to become, is it a priority to come from a place of love and acceptance and compassion and trust and faith? And if so, why would we not extend that to other people? We live in a time when judgment and criticism and big brick walls are being erected in order to keep the opposite political party over there, and those who believe in vaccination over there, and those who don't over there, and those who believe in vegan over there, and those who believe in carnivore over there. Don't mix the two. We hate that. We hate that. I could never be friends with somebody who, Who do you want to be? Love for self, love for others, and the third part of that is love for life. Do I love my life? Yes or no? Yes. What's awesome? A bit, some parts, not so much other parts. So what's coming up? What comes up? Write it down. No judgment. It's just this beautiful, loving spotlight on your life. Be in love. Absolutely, Kim. Love and joy. Imagine walking through life, looking at everybody you see through the lens of love. Imagine that. It's not the world that I grew up in. This is something that I get to practice daily and get better and better and better and better at. The world I grew up in was full of judgment. So judgmental. It's like them and us. Fat people and thin people and this and that and those who do this and those who do that. And, you know, that kind of, you need to be this to be deserving of love. No, we're all deserving of love and compassion and belonging. And if we want that for ourselves, we get to extend it for everybody else. There's this beautiful reciprocity that happens. The more you embody it, the more you live it, the more you receive it. How's that for some beautiful woo-woo? I'm sure there are a majority of people on here, if not all of you, who know this with absolute certainty, that you know this to be true. And there's not a ceiling on it. There's always room for growth. There's always room to explore this more. There's always room to love yourself a little bit more, to let go of old belief systems and old ways of being and old stories that you've told yourself that you can let go of. There's always room to love other people more. I look at my 15-year-old son and I just want to melt into him and give him kisses, and everything about him is so delicious. And I look at all my children like that. My love for them is so extraordinary. And there are times, not but, not either or, and there are times when it's like, wowzers, babe, is that really the choice you're making? Okay, your life. You can imagine how much my 15-year-old son loves me the way I wake him up in the morning. But, you know, it is that role modeling. It is that way of being that lifts everybody around you. So has everybody, it is a strong word. Oh, do you know, it is. And I still have a vivid memory of the first time hearing one of my children say to one of the others, I hate you. And I was like, oh, okay, how do I work with this? Yeah, Leslie, good. I love hearing that. So has everybody done a brain dump? Oh, that's such a beautiful comment. I wish I could see your name, but I'm going to come back and find out who wrote that. Thank you. And I do. How I came to be doing this work, and this will make me teary, is I left school. By the time I left school, I was fat, stupid, unlovable, unlikely to achieve at anything, hopeless at music, bad at sport, just like my belief systems around who I was. What I needed in my life at that point was somebody that just looked at me the way that I look at other people now. So I've become the woman that I needed in my life. I've become the woman that I want to be surrounded by. Perfect? Huh, heck no. But that's my vision. That's my vision. Yeah, the things we take on from our mums, absolutely. And we get to be much more forgiving of our mums. You know, my mum was like, you know, that girl with the fat legs, or you know, that girl with the thin legs, or that, you know, like there's so much judgment. And it's just, that's what she grew up with. It's not bad. We take on the messaging from the environment that we live in. And it's when you take yourself out of that environment that a whole new world of possibilities can be opened up. Thank you, Kim. That's very generous. So the next step in this process is another brain dump. So for those of you with your workbooks, this is the do section. What do you want to do? Actually, forgive me. I've skipped a bit, and this we can do in just a minute, but I want you to come back to this. Everything that you have written down, I want you to look at it and write next to it how it makes you feel. So if you've written next to a health goal, if you've written anxious, how does it make you feel when you look at that? Sad, unhappy, hopeless? If you've written next to a love goal with your significant other, that it is your relationship's currently a 5 out of 10, how does it make you feel? This is only for your eyes. It's only for your eyes. So just quickly, everything you've done, look at it. How does it make you feel? Proud, happy, sad, courageous, successful, a failure? How does it make you feel? So we are still, Sherry, we are still on the where are you right now in your life page. So the things that you've written down for where you are in your life right now. So there's health, wealth, time, and love. And the things that you've written under those, how does it make you feel when you look at them? So you can come back to that. So the next section is your do section. Now, once again, this is a brain dump. And throughout the next 6 days, the 7th day is the day we're going to do your vision board. Throughout the next 6 days, it's going to evolve. Okay? You're going to hear things. I'm going to say things. It'll evolve. So just be okay with it being messy. The analogy, you know, there's a good reason why my logo is a butterfly. Because in this work, it gets to be messy. You know, when you're in the cocooning phase, when you're in that stage where things are kind of a bit breaking down and we're peeling back layers and we're getting rid of things and we're getting into the messy, it's in the messy stage. Be okay with it being messy, because to have a beautiful life, to come out the other side with this beautiful vision and this expanded feeling of excitement and awe and wonder for the life that you get to live, it takes getting a bit messy. Be okay with it being messy, okay? So just a dump. So when you think about what do you want to do, just remember let it come up and write it down. What do I want to do? What do I want to do? So I actually have a list of things that I collected. I opened this. Is that? No. I've got it on my husband's computer. Think about what are the things you want to do over the next 12 months. What are the things that you want to do? You've got things on your mind, just start writing them down, and I'll give you some suggestions. I've just got to get into my husband's computer. So here's some suggestions. You want to meditate daily. Remember, in this process, okay, so here's a beautiful idea. How about you imagine you've just fallen out of the sky butt naked? You are a fresh, brand new person. There's no past that defines you. There's no presumed future. There's nobody watching, listening, judging, having opinions. This is just you. With you, trust in yourself. What do you want to do? Now, this is the what, not the how. So if you have something that comes up that's like, yeah, I want to do that, but I've no idea how, so it gets swept away and we just put it on the back burner again, not inside this class. This is your invitation to get it down on paper. What do I want to do? Be audacious. Be brave, be bold. Be loving, be kind. That's the energy behind writing down what you want to do. So meditate daily. Lose weight, become financially savvy, improve my relationships. For those of you in the Vision Builders Inner Circle, you'll have this list in there to refer back to. Declutter my home, life, and mind. Remember I talked about being the guardian of your mind? Declutter. Inside and out. Go on a holiday. Go on 2 holidays. My ultimate is going to the snow in winter and, a tropical holiday as well. And then there's a 5-star mini break. My husband doesn't do 5-star. He doesn't get that same hit of joy from divine luxury that I do. He doesn't have that, but I do. So I do it for myself. I do it when I go to, retreats and workshops, masterminds. I do it just if I need to give myself that lovely, luxurious break. Something that I love. What do you love? What do you want to do? Connect with more like-minded women. An art class. Do you want to learn ceramics or photography or drawing or knitting, or what do you want to do? Play the piano, learn a musical instrument. I had a beautiful woman in my last Emboldened Mastermind who was an amazing piano player and had a piano in her house, loved playing the piano, but hadn't played the piano for, I can't remember how long it was, but it was a very, very, very long time. She had her elderly mother living with her, and it had just become something she didn't do anymore. And she was one of those women as well, so prevalent in I don't even know what I want. And it was just in doing this work that inspired her to lift the lid on a piano and start playing again. It's often the things that are right in front of our nose that we've just forgotten about or dismissed or don't make time for, or, So what do you want to do? Get your pilot's license. Remember, these are all things that I've taken from previous vision board workshops. So these are other women, just like you, things they've written. Be a life drawing model. Skydiving. Learn a language. Get a degree in something. Unlock my sense of aliveness. I did a whole workshop on this. It was so fabulous. Self-care. Get fit, lift weights, take a dance class, write a book, find more ways to be playful, have more fun, finish the things I've been procrastinating on. How many people in here get to write that down as something that they want to do. Join a choir. Have a daring goal that I'm working towards, or set a daring goal. Learn an instrument. Make $1 million. Volunteer. Start a business. Become a mentor. Change career paths. Learn to sew. Learn to knit. So many projects. Yep. Work in my garden every day. Run a marathon. Yeah. Procrastination, it's a big one. And there's lots of reasons we do it. Join a hiking group. Have a stall at my local farmer's market. Read a book a week. Do you know that was my 2022, was on my vision for 2022, not a book a week, but to start reading again. I had gotten the habit of just listening to Audible books, and I love Audible. For those that saw my my post on Facebook a week or so ago, it's like, what do you do when you're cleaning your house? I listen to trashy love stories on Audible. I love them. I love them. I don't want to call it a guilty pleasure in a way that it's bad, but it kind of feels fun to have a guilty pleasure. I listen to trashy love stories while I'm cleaning the house. It's awesome. And then I don't want to stop cleaning because I don't want the book to end, so I just keep cleaning. Works wonders. But I started reading again. I'm an avid reader. Oh my gosh, I love books. And I started reading again, and I've become I'm just consuming books, beautiful books again. And it just gives me so much joy. Start a book club. I've been asked to do that a few times. Maybe. How about you? Join a book club, start a book club. Make time for me to do something I love every week. Make time for my friends. Work with a stylist. Do a professional photo shoot. This is something I get to do for my work every couple of years, and it's amazing to go back. It becomes like this little kind of time capsule thing. It's a great thing to do. You look back on your life, it's lovely to have beautifully, professionally taken images, and it can feel like an indulgent. You can create all sorts of stories around, I'll do it when I'm thinner, I'll do it when my hair's done. There's always later, and then it doesn't happen. Pole dancing classes. Pole dancing classes to unlock my sensuality and increase my fitness. Super fun. Daring, bold, audacious, outside your comfort zone. Focus on my vision daily. Play tennis. Go camping 4 times a year. Make time to be in nature every day. Create a self-love practice. Yeah, online book club, Debbie. So what are some of the things that you've written down? What are some of the things that you want to do? Share. Now, this is an act of generosity, because in you sharing something that has come up that you've written down, you are going to spark something in somebody else. It's like, oh my gosh, I haven't thought of that for years. And I'd love to do that. Thank you for the heads up. Thank you for the nudge. Thank you for the reminder. Be generous. Share what's coming up. Plant fruit trees. Absolutely. My garden is full of them. Kim, when we moved from our beautiful property, had a huge orchard, and I moved into this little suburban block, and I decided that I was going to plant everything was going to be edible. So I've got, I don't know if I should show you my front lawn, but this little area just out the front, they're all fruit trees. So there's lemon, grapefruit, lime, orange, and then mandarin, and that's how tiny it is. That one's a grapefruit. And then out the back I've got it's just all fruit trees. So yes, being able to walk out into my garden and pick out of the veggie garden or off a fruit tree is absolutely just brings me so much delight. Travel, feminine dance course that I've been dithering over. Yes, Fiona, do it. Travel, start your business, grow own fruit and vegetable. Yes, Liz, absolutely. Love the idea of listening to trashy love stories and cleaning. Yes, my sister. I've got lots of suggestions. You feel free to send me a DM if you want some suggestions. I took a bold step yesterday and signed up to attain certification in aromatherapy. Dorinda, fantastic. That is so exciting. That is so exciting. Well done. Congratulations. Have a goal to take myself out for a date each week. Yes, absolutely. Date. So is that like a romantic date with a partner? Have fun painting till I'm fluent. Hang on. Have fun painting my house and go crazy with it. Yes. Learn Italian till I'm fluent is on my list. And then, go to Italy. Book yourself in to go and stay in Italy for a while so that it becomes so ingrained and something you get to use. I want to record my meditations and share on Insight Timer. Yes. Set up my account. Just need to do it. Yes. Write books, journaling, self-love, go to the movies by myself. Yes. Going to the movies by myself when I was, I had become a single mom with 4 kids under 8. So time to myself was absolute gold. And it was one of the things that I was often pretty exhausted. So I had all these ideas of things I wanted to do when I had time to myself. But the reality was I often didn't want to do too much because I just needed to stop. One of the things I would do is take myself to the movies. It is a fabulous way to escape into a dreamland, into somebody else's story, and just, love it. Quite happy to go to the movies by myself. But now I'm married to a gorgeous man who loves coming to the movies with me. So I'm very fortunate. Having dinner parties, I have not done that in 20 years. Yes, Kim. Yes. Entertaining. Absolutely. Going to Italy for the first time in October can be, oh my gosh, you lucky duck. It is one of my favorite places on the planet. And in saying that, I haven't been there since I was in my 20s, but everything Italian is just divine. Love. The people, the food, the countryside, the cities, the language. It is the most romantic, beautiful language on the planet, I think. That is so exciting. Can be. Love to go to the movies by myself, Kim. Yes to the dinner parties. Yes. So, just as you did with where are you in your life right now, you get to write next to each of the things you've written down that you want to do. How will it make you feel? How does it make you feel to read that? Excited, inspired, happy, successful. If you write down, I want to make $1 million, will that make you feel successful? How does it make you feel? Abundant. Love Italy and Spain. Yes. Mary Beth, hello, beautiful. One of my favorite places also. Took my whole family for 3 months. 3 months. How divine. In 2019, subletted our home. How divine. What a beautiful thing to do. Endless list of possibilities. Now remember, don't worry about how, just what. I would love to do that. If you get that feeling, write it down. And then I want you to write down how it makes you feel. Imagine it is done. How will it make you feel? All right, beautiful souls. This has been a long class. For those of you that have managed to stay with me right through it, you are amazing. And thank you for being with me. I hope this first session has given you a taste of what's to come. The next ones won't be so long. Day 4 is a longer one, but I will try and keep them, between 30 and 60 minutes from here each day. Tomorrow's will be faster. Tomorrow may even just be 30 minutes. And if you've got questions, please don't hesitate to let me know. Leave comments in the Facebook group. You can DM me for those in the VIP group that have paid $11. We've got our private group chat. That is a great way to connect. If you have trouble getting into the inner circle, please let Gia know. Thank you for your beautiful comments. And if you want to join the VIP group and get all the workbooks, extended access, there is a way to unlock a one-on-one vision building call with me, all these juicy goodies. It's $11. Remember, 2 feet in, all in. If you would like to do that, then you are absolutely still welcome. It is not too late. And I'll get Gia, if you could drop a link in here for people to sign up if they want to. So for the rest of the day, all you get to do, apart from all the other things that you have to do, is just as things come up, write them down. Don't judge. Just write them down. And I will see you again tomorrow at 11 a.m. All right, that's it from me today. So much love. Thank you for being here. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.